9:16 here on the morning show with Jeff and Will on AM 1700 WRCR Haverstraw, WRCR.com. This flight is flying courtesy of AJ. Thank you very much for running the board over there, AJ.
Thanks, AJ.
No problem.
And joining us now as a passenger on this cruise to nowhere is Tina Traster of RCBizJournal.com. Hey, Tina, how are you?
Okay, do I need my oxygen mask?
Just make sure you got a life jacket, know where the exit ramps are at all times.
Oh, that is such good advice for anybody and
Indeed.
everybody. Indeed. Well, happy Monday, happy Father's Day, happy Juneteenth, so many happy things. And happy, beautiful weather.
Yeah.
Happy,
Nice out.
happy.
Yes, all happy.
Clapping my hands because I'm happy, like they say in the song.
So a few things first. The next Meet the Editor, July 12th. That's a Wednesday at Roasted in Nanuet. That place really has good coffee, and it's been good. Starting to hear from the community, meet people I didn't know before. That's been very nice.
What time is the next event? What day and time?
Yeah, that's July 12th at 8:30. So.
And how long are you usually there? How long? Is there an end time?
It's usually an hour and a bit. I find by the time, all the conversation finishes up, it's probably close to 10 by the time I get out of there.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Too early for any of us to make it there to meet you and the folks as well, but maybe one day we'll have a joint effort.
Oh, that'd be fun. That would be so fun. That's a great idea. Actually,
I'm just chock full of great ideas.
I really, really like that. That's a very good. Let's discuss that offline and see if we can make that happen.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So speaking of voices, we started a column called Your Voices, and last week we ran a piece about accessory buildings and accessory dwellings and the legality or the illegality of those in New York State and the need for affordable housing. So again, if you've got something that you can thoughtfully opine on, we are looking for 600-700 word essays. They could even be 500 word essays. If you really if you've got your finger on the pulse, if you're kind of talking about issues, and if you've got something interesting to say, we are entertaining those kind of pieces and running them when they are of value. So make a note of that. Forever we have done profiles, on entrepreneurs. That's we've been doing that for 5 years. But now we're officially naming that column People to Watch. That we rolled out the first column last week. Patrick Heafy has of LCM 24/7, the movie television production company that's in Pearl River, merged with an Irish to grow the digital side of his business. So that was sort of the debut of that column, and we've got another one coming up tomorrow on, you'll have to see. What I wanted to delve into today was a piece that we published last week, essentially that we called Mid-Hudson Valley Business Leaders Are Not Feeling the Love. Let me tell you what that was about if you didn't see the story. So this is the 16th annual report that's called the Upstate New York Business Leader Survey, which is compiled by UHY Auditing Service, Siena College Research Institute, and the Hudson Valley Economic Development Corps. And what they do is with this report is they interview business leaders from both the nonprofit and for-profit sector to put the thermometer in and see how they're feeling and see what their sentiment is and what their confidence is in the business world. And what this year's report revealed is that they are worried. They are definitely feeling tentative over taxes, escalating costs, and employee retention, and a little bit worried about where things are headed right now. It's hard to say why, because if you look at the economic indicators, they actually seem pretty strong. I think we've averted any sort of major recession. It seems like the stock market is kicking in again. It is true that businesses are having a hell of a time trying to fill positions. I can see where that would be a problem. But overall, it's hard to totally understand why there's this sort of tepid enthusiasm, the last of which was seen in 2007, right before the 2008 banking fiasco, when the sentiment plunged by 39%. In 2009, the sentiment score rose back up to 86.4% and remained robust essentially until 2019. Then, of course, we had the pandemic, confusion. But then the sentiment skyrocketed back up in 2021 to over almost 95%. So there was, a sense for a long, long time, more than a decade, that things were on the right track. And somehow in 2021, it slid. Like I said, it's not entirely. I'm not entirely sure why. But what businesses said. Now, let me just say that the businesses range from healthcare, technology, construction, financial, food and beverage, manufacturing, wholesale, retail, and service. So just about everything. Also, just to give you the snapshot here, nearly 70% of the respondents have fewer than 50 employees. So you're talking small businesses. And 78% of respondents, 78% of respondents, run for-profit business, right, and the balance are nonprofits. So that's the pool of people who were interviewed. Now, so weighing in, they overwhelmingly believe that business conditions have worsened. Some 54% gave a, quote, worse score, while roughly a quarter said that conditions were about the same. In contrast, and then the final quarter said that things were better. When the question changed to what business leaders were expecting for the year ahead in 2023, the breakdown of responses was basically mostly similar to the one that had asked for a year-to-year comparison. And nearly half of the respondents, this is disturbing, they felt pessimistic about economic conditions moving forward. Now, you have to understand that in a survey like this, there's no, essay side. So we don't get any kind of explanation or exposition here. We just pretty much get the answers to these, how do you feel, and then these are all calculated with, by numbers. Businesses, of course, continuously focus on making their companies more profitable. What choice do they have? Respondents from the Mid-Hudson said that nearly half of their efforts would focus on cutting costs and increasing prices. So that's an ouch. Because, again, I guess that the sentiment is that of being nervous, and so that brings businesses to think about cutting costs. But nevertheless, when asked where companies will concentrate their efforts, 50% said that they will try to expand their existing markets. And so by that, I suppose, that could mean geographically, or it could mean what they offer. And then also, businesses said that they were going to be focusing on technology, information, internal restructuring, entry to new markets, new product lines, acquisition of new businesses, and construction of new locations. I think in that paragraph, there's a lot of information for the business community at large. If this is what we know that where businesses are at, that is an opportunity for those who are in the burgeoning technology spaces, those who are in real estate, if we know that companies are looking for new locations. New product lines would suggest opportunity for manufacturing, and entry into new markets, I would say, would suggest opportunity for marketing and PR and people who help these companies broadcast their messages. So even though, we could look at, I guess, glass half full, glass half empty, there's information in what business owners are thinking about and where they are putting their efforts right now for other businesses to get in on what's happening going forward. They also said, now this is interesting, that the study also said that with the waning confidence that they would invest in fewer business leaders said they would invest in fixed assets. So that's, I guess that's interesting also. And 70%, and who's not worried about this, but 70% said that their top concern are taxes, followed by healthcare and energy costs. The taxes are a real issue for New York. Many businesses are relocating because the incentives are more enticing just over the border, often in New Jersey and certainly in the southern states. This is a real challenge, of course, for New York to hold on to its business base, and it's I was on a call with the Hudson Valley Economic Development Corporation, and there's a lot of controversy around IDAs, especially up in Orange County. But I guess when it's done right, IDAs offer the right kind of tax pilots and incentive programs to attract business of all kinds, and so I get there is a value there when it's done right, and it's done with the right scrutiny. And so this question I thought was in the dovetail on what we're just saying. This question was interesting when they were asked. Would you locate your business in New York or somewhere else if you had to do it all over again? So 53% of the respondents said they would locate somewhere else. That's disturbing. 35% were still sold on New York, and 11% didn't know. On the other hand, 70% said they expected to still be in business 10 years from now. So it's a mixed picture. Obviously, this is just a survey.
Did that survey indicate what states they would prefer to go to if they were going to leave New York, or it didn't go there?
This didn't, but we know from watching the trends that companies are moving down to the Carolinas, the Delmarva area, Florida, the Southeast, but even New Jersey. Even New Jersey, from what I understand, can tend to be more competitive than New York.
Interesting, no doubt.
Yeah.
Tina, I'm sorry we got to cut it short. We do have another program coming up. Everyone out there, go to rcbizjournal.com and check out all the email newsletters you can get and subscribe to and everything else that she's got. And in July, you've got another coffee chat with the editor coming up, and we'll look forward to that as well. I think that you said July 12th?
Yep, that's right.
Excellent. Thank you, Tina, so much. We'll talk to you again.